my main takeaway, I think, is that the Tigers aren't trying to win. I think we've thought this a lot this year. I think the lack of urgency we've seen from the front office. No, I think like we talked about this before. I think the Tigers had projections of where they'd be this year. I think they were probably outdoing their own projections. When you look at it, it's still like the third worst run differential of baseball, right? Like by all accounts, they should have, one of the bottom records. So I just think essentially Scott Harris is treating this as a tank year almost, right? They can get one more top 10 pick before the new rules don't allow them to get it 3 years in a row. So they're just going to tank. So that's why, I mean, you hate to talk about Tyler Nevin when he actually came through today, but that's why Tyler Nevin's playing. That's why Ibanez is playing. That's why Scope's still on the team. That's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, they're just incompetent. And I'd like to think that they're not in the front office. But yeah, when you've got an offense like this for this long, and you're not trying everything possible, then I don't know what to do. So that's my takeaways.
So you got to learn how to spell Caglione for the next draft.
Jock Caglione. Yeah, I mean, next year's draft is we'll talk about that after this year's draft. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. It sucks for everybody to think that way. But I don't know. It feels a little bit like the Pistons, right? Where they're just like, we're just going to keep sucking and trying to get lottery picks. That's the only thing I can think of. The pitching has been solid. I heard you talk about Reese Olson. Reese Olson has been a huge surprise to me these first two starts. A very pleasant surprise. And most of the pitching has been fine. I know people are upset with Alex Lang right now. You kind of foreshadowed this with him not throwing enough strikes. And still, he was the May reliever of the month in baseball in the American League, right? Like,
yeah,
he's got good stuff. He's had. We've seen this from him before in stretches over the past 2 years. He'll be fine, I think. He's going to get out of this, but it was just a really poorly timed meltdown from Lang, right?